G9ijaTV News Headline segment with your host, Dr. Champion. And of course, it's still my birthday edition. I want to say thank you all for your birthday wishes, prayers, messages keep coming. Of course, you can always go on our social media handles at G9ijaTV. All social media handles, especially on YouTube, and of course sending your comments on how we can serve you better, even as a TV organization. And of course, this morning we're looking at men's health. I want to believe that it will be more or less like a birthday gift for me to other men, how men can take care of their health, and where they focus on prostate cancer. Okay, over time in the news, which I've checked a few headlines, newspapers, and we have seen a steady rise of prostate cancer in men, and that gets me a bit worried. Most people don't even know about it, and of course, there's a trending video of Dr. Ken. I think that's his name. Yeah, that said in one of those interviews that men have to have sexual intercourse 21 times a month if they want to prevent prostate cancer. Okay, and there's been a lot of debate on that information. But of course, I'll give us a few health tips on how you could help yourself as a man, young man, middle-aged man, and old man, on how you can prevent prostate cancer and of course take care of your health. Now, the big question is, what then is prostate? Okay, a man's prostate produces the seminal fluid that nourishes and transports sperm. All right, so a cancer in a man's prostate is a small walnut-sized gland that produces seminal fluid. Okay, these are facts about prostate cancer. All right, for about cancer, it says it's a medical diagnosis. All right, and the symptoms include difficulty with urination, and sometimes there may not be symptoms at all, but the man feels very uncomfortable when he goes to use the restroom. Okay, in some areas, monitoring is recommended. Other types are aggressive and require radiation to treat prostate cancer. Sometimes you may need surgery, hormone therapy, chemotherapy, or other forms of treatment in case you want to solve prostate cancer. What then are the main causes of prostate cancer? Very quickly, and what are the risks and causes? The fact is that as men get older, most times the chances of having prostate cancer is increased. Okay. Also, of course, we know that ethnicity, prostate cancer is more common in black people, in black men, than in the white men. Another thing we get to know about another cause of prostate cancer is family history. If probably you have a family history where your forefathers had issues with prostate cancer, there are more chances that you may likely have one in your lifetime. Of course, they also have inherited faulty genes. Sometimes genes in the genetic makeup of a man could begin to tend towards him having an issue with prostate cancer later on in life. Obesity and weight. It's not good for a man to be too fat, too big. Okay, it's very important that as a man, most times you try to check on your weight. There's something we call the body mass index, the BMI. Always confirm your BMI. Okay, then hormone levels, and of course sometimes pesticides. It's not good for when you use pesticides to kill pests, mosquitoes, roaches, ants, whatever pests. Please be ensured that you keep them away from your private region, and most times try not to inhale those things so that you don't have health issues. But the lead cause of prostate cancer is not known exactly what causes prostate cancer, although a number of things can increase your risk of developing the condition. For example, like the age I talked about, the risk rises as you get older, and in most cases diagnosed in men that are over 50 years. Ethnic group, of course, people that are in the black region, blacks in Africa, are more common to suffer from prostate cancer than people white, like the Asians. The Asian men hardly have prostate cancer. And obviously, too, sometimes it goes with dieting. Sometimes what we eat makes us have medical issues most times. If the cancer has spread outside the prostate gland, other types of treatments such as medications will be needed to destroy the cancer cells located in other parts of the body. Factors linked to aging and changes in the cell of the testicles may have a role in the growth of the gland, as well as the testosterone levels in man. Of course, course, we know that every man has different levels of testosterone. And of course, the reason for that is because of our genetic makeup. And of course, sometimes our lineage, where we come from, family history, your the DNA makeup, of course, is also playing a major factor. All right. So, and of course, the blood pressure. Let's also very importantly take care of our blood pressure. If you have any of those symptoms I've mentioned, and of course which I'll still mention for emphasis case, please see a doctor. Difficulty in urination, all right. You have weak or interrupted flow of urine. Urinating often may also be a sign, especially at night. If you wake up too often at night to use the restroom, it's not very okay for you as a man. If you have trouble emptying the bladder completely, all right, it's also a sign that you'll be having issues there. If you have pain during urination, or cases where we have blood in the urine, okay, it's also a sign that you have to go for medical checkup. Sometimes too, people have blood in their semen, so it's important that you also go for medical checkup. All right, if you have some signs like painful ejaculation, it's not very good, or frequent urge to urinate, like I said before. Okay, and most times people ask how long can a man stay with prostate cancer. Survival of all ages are different survival for all stages are different for all ages. Survival for all stages are different for all ages. Different strokes, they say, for different folks. But more than 95 out of 100 men, 95% of 100 men will survive their cancer for the first 1 year. 95% of men will survive the cancer affliction for at least 1 year and above. So it's something that you need to be proactive about. Almost 80 out of 100 men, that's talking about 80%, will survive cancer for another 10 years. These are health tips, health facts that are verifiable. Okay, and as we're going to wrap up this session, prostatitis, let me just specify here, often causes painful or difficult urination, as well as pain in the groin, pain in the pelvic area, and of course in the genitals. When you notice such pain, it's important that you speak to the doctor. Bacterial infections are also one of the things that could affect a man's reproductive organ. I was doing some cases of prostatitis is also a major cause for that. The prostate gland, which is about the size of a walnut, is located just below the bladder in men. Okay, and what kills prostate cancer cells naturally? We have allium vegetables. All right, those group of vegetables include garlic. Okay, so if you're a man, you may want to start doing more garlic. Onions is also very good. Leeks, chives have been shown to help kill prostate cancer. All right, another thing every man needs is tomatoes. Tomatoes contains lycopene, which slows prostate cancer growth, and metastasis. Your body absorbs more lycopene from cooked tomatoes and those consumed with oils. What can you drink to clean your prostate? Natural remedies such as green tea, such as grass pollen, such as saw palmetto may help to naturally shrink the prostate in some other people. So also we have behavioral changes. Okay, very important. Studies have revealed that frequent ejaculation is associated with higher risks of prostatitis, especially in young men. Also, clear evidence from sports medical research has shown that intense muscular contraction will lead to locally increased production of free radicals and lactic acid. According to research on nutrition, drinking whole milk may increase the risk of progression to fatal prostate cancer. Slim and low-fat milk also increase the risk of low-grade stages of the disease. Try to limit dairy consumption. And most importantly, a very good example of dairy consumption is that of your milk. So as a man, as you grow, as you get to 25, as you get to 27, 30, you have to do less of milk, okay, and do less of sugar. Most times people say, why would I take sugar? The thing is that as a young person, your body absorbs lots of sugar, mainly for conversion from glucose to energy to help you do your day-to-day activities. All right, of course, you know the carbohydrate family tree. All right, but as you grow older and your energy level begins to deplete, and of course the body begins to have changes, you have hormonal restructuring. It's important to know that as you get older, you don't need too much of sugar. A very good replacement of sugar is your honey. Try to get pure natural honey, not honey that is diluted, not honey that is mixed, but pure natural honey is a very good substitute for sugar. So if you're watching this video and you are 30 years and above, a very friendly advice, a professional one for that matter: do less of sugar, do more of honey, and of course try to stay away from milk. And finally, on prostate cancer this morning, naturally these foods I'm going to mention will help to stop cancer cells from growing. All right, such foods include your berries, fruits like berries, tomatoes. Some of us don't know that eating raw tomatoes is good. Tomatoes, when it's in raw form, can be taken as a fruit. Okay, you just get your tomato, you just wash it and you eat it. Like we say, it produces lycopene. Lycopene is one of the things in the body that helps to prevent the production of cancer cells and of course the spread of it. Okay, so beyond tomatoes, you can also take walnuts, you can take grapes and lots of vegetables. It's important also that you also take enough fruits every day. Like they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So fruits a day will naturally keep your doctor away. And nuts, you have the groundnuts, you have the peanuts, you have the walnuts. These are basic nuts you take. They are very, very good for your body, even as a man. If you look at these foods I've mentioned that reduce cancer, that reduce the risk of cancer, you will discover that most of these examples I've given are plant foods. So we should do more of plant foods and do less of animal foods. Okay, quick example of plant foods I've mentioned before, like your fruits, your vegetables, spinach, your garlic, your onions. Try to take those things raw. Okay, but do less of animal foods. Of course, meat, as you get older, please reduce your intake of meat. One very good reason is that as you get older, your digestive system gets weaker. Your rate of digestion gets slower. So you can't be swallowing eba or swallowing fufu, like we say in this part of the world, or swallowing amala by 10 p.m., by 11 p.m. How do you want it to digest? And most times when we finish eating at midnight, we go and sleep. That food doesn't digest. It stays somewhere between the esophagus. It doesn't even before it gets to the stomach. That area, it becomes obstructed. It's obstructing your digestive flow. So it's important for you to understand that you must eat healthily. Lifestyle is important. Very, very important. Okay, then of course we know that you should also try and be sexually active. It's very important. Then try not sitting for long as a man. Of course you know why. Because of the testicle. And for those of you that ride the common motorcycle called Okada. Okada is not very good for men. I'm not saying that so that people will stop riding Okada, but please try to protect yourself as a man, especially the riders. Understand that place you're sitting on is directly heating up and destroying your reproductive cells. And if care is not taken, they could lead to the production or inhibiting cancer cells. I just pray that's not our portion. All right, so that's the much we can take this morning for men's health and, of course, how to deal with prostate cancer. We hope you have learned one or two things now. We're going to a quick commercial break, and when we're back, we shall be telling you news headlines this morning with G9ijaTV. Please stay with us. Back. And in case you're just joining us, you are watching your most exciting, entertaining, and educative TV channel, G9ijaTV. And it's a news headline segment, and we have an interesting headline with a Punch newspaper, which says Nigeria aims to boost trade investment with G24. Nigeria aims to boost trade investment with G24. Now the news in detail. The federal government has called for increased investment and trading partnership from member countries of the Group of 24. This appeal was made during the World Bank IMF spring meetings in Washington, D.C. by the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, who was represented by Director General of the Budget Office of the Federation, Mr. Ben Akabweze. Formed in 1971, the Group of 24 is an assembly of developing nations. Their collective aim is to collaborate in aligning their stances on issues related to international monetary policy and development financing. In a statement signed by the Director of Information and Public Relations, Minister of Finance Mohammed Danjuma on Thursday, the minister highlighted the Nigerian government's implementation of various intervention programs and robust policies under President Bola Tinubu's administration. These measures have reportedly begun to show positive effects, notably reducing the disparity between the parallel market and the official Nigerian foreign exchange market rate. Edun emphasized Nigeria's advantageous position to attract foreign investment in diverse sectors, including manufacturing, agriculture, and oil and gas. In response to a query from a Russian journalist, he pointed out that the last significant investment from Russia was the Ajaokuta Steel Company. He also noted Nigeria's vast arable land, second only to Brazil, suggesting that the country had the potential to become a major fuel exporter rather than an importer. Addressing the operations of the Dangote refinery, the minister defended fully the strategy to prioritize meeting domestic petroleum product demands before considering exports. He questioned the rationale behind exporting refined products while the nation continued to import them from Europe. Furthermore, he assured all that the capital component of the 2023 supplementary budget will continue to be executed until June, reflecting the commitment of the government to impactful development across various sectors. He also confirmed that the 2024 budget is being implemented as planned, promising improved welfare for the citizens. The statement underscores Nigeria's proactive steps towards economic repositioning and its openness to international collaboration for mutual growth and stability. The statement partly read, the federal government has said that it needs investment and increased trading relationship from member countries of the G24, as this will play a critical role in the country's quest for growth, as well as ensure a stable and growing economy by bringing tranquility to the tempestuous foreign exchange market. Details of that can be seen in the Punch newspaper. Please get yourself a copy. And away from there this morning, we are saying to you that Nigeria is getting better by the day. Okay, and of course, please let's play our own part to ensure Nigeria continues to be secure. And of course, we have a story that the bandits have killed 23 in a fresh Kaduna village attack. What a sad one. The bandits killed 23 in fresh Kaduna village attack. That report reaching us just 1 hour ago. And of course, still on the Punch newspaper, we have Ogun acquires 25 vans, mans Lagos-Ibadan expressway with drones. A very good security measure by the Ogun State Police Command. Now the news in detail. The governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, on Thursday unveiled surveillance drones acquired by the state to be deployed on Lagos-Ibadan expressway. Abiodun said the drones will be operated by the trained personnel of the Nigerian Police Force, Department of State Service, and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps would help to tackle criminal activities on the highway. The governor also handed over 25 patrol vans he acquired and donated to the police in the state. Abiodun handed over the vehicles at a ceremony witnessed by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Igbetokun, at the Akade Governor's Office, Okemosan, Abeokuta. The governor called on the force to include technology in its crime-fighting strategies. The IG had been in Ogun State since Tuesday on a 3-day working visit. Abiodun said acquiring the drones was one of the proactive steps his administration had taken in collaboration with Lagos and Oyo State to effectively monitor activities on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway to ensure prompt response in emergency situation. Details of that can be seen in the Punch newspaper. Please grab yourself a copy. And away from the Punch newspaper, there's an interesting story here about the alleged 80 billion fraud immigration places Yahaya Bello on watch list. I take that again, alleged 80 billion naira fraud, actually 80.2 billion naira fraud. Immigration places Yahaya Bello on watch list. The Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS) has put the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, on this watch list to prevent him from leaving the country. This comes as the Inspector General of Police Olukayode Egbetokun has also withdrawn all police officers attached to the embattled former governor of Kogi State. In a circular dated 18th April 2024 and signed by the Assistant Controller of Immigration DS Umar for the Controller General Kemi Namda, the NIS alerted the Police and Department of State Services, the DSS, to effect the former governor's arrest. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) had earlier declared Bello wanted in connection to an alleged case of money laundering to the tune of 80.2 billion naira. After a failed attempt to arrest the former governor of Kogi State on Wednesday, the EFCC declared him wanted on its official Facebook page. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, has also described as insufferably disquieting the obstruction to the arrest of former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello by his successor, Usman Ododo. The circular copies of which were sent to the DSS and the police contained the name, nationality, and passport number of the former governor, B500-83321, B500-83321. Namdab stated, "I'm directed to inform you that the above named person have been placed on the watch list." Suffice to mention that the subject is being prosecuted before the Federal High Court Abuja for conspiracy, breach of trust, and money laundering via letter reference CR 3000 EFCC LSEGCS 1TE VIDE 1279 dated 18th April 2024. If seen at any entry or exit, he should be arrested and referred to the Director of Investigation or contact 0036226321 or 07039617304. I take that again, 08036226329 or 07039617304 for further action. The IGP's order for the withdrawal is contained in a police wireless document with reference number CB 4001 DOPS PMF FHQ ABJ volume 48/34, which reads in part, IG has ordered the withdrawal of all policemen attached to His Excellency and former Executive Governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Yahaya Bello. Acknowledge compliance and treat with utmost importance. Please above for your information and strict compliance. The EFCC had on Thursday declared Yahaya Bello wanted for an alleged financial crime to the tune of 80.2 billion naira. The declaration came after the EFCC has spent most of Wednesday laying siege on the Abuja residence of Bello in a failed attempt to arrest him and have him arraigned in court. Nigeria's Anti-Corruption Agency called on those with vital information about the former Kogi governor's whereabouts to reach the commission or the police. Former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello is wanted by the EFCC for offences relating to economic and financial crimes to the tune of 80.2 billion naira. The EFCC said in a Thursday evening post on its Facebook page, its caption, "Ex-Governor Yahaya Bello wanted by the EFCC. Anybody with information as to his whereabouts should report immediately to the commission or to the nearest police station." And with that, we'll call it a wrap today for the G9ijaTV news headlines. Thank you for staying with us. And of course, please don't forget to take your health seriously, especially for our men. We love our men. This is a man's world. We celebrate our men. Please take care of your health so you can live long for your family and live well. Till we come the time, same station, I'm still your regular host, Dr. Champion. Thank you for listening.